I've been asked to talk to you about entrepreneurship. So first I'd like to explain a bit about why I would be asked. And when people say to me, what do you do? If I say I'm an entrepreneur, they say, what does that mean? And it makes me think of a 60s song, which is, I started out with nothing and I still got most of it left. But seriously, when I started my first business, it was in the days when starting a business was a career choice. It wasn't about making a quick buck.
I really enjoyed the talk about entrepreneurship and setting up your own business and going all that long way, working all those hours, and I thought it was really inspirational that she's done all that.
A lot of my work is about people and trying to ensure that we attract and retain, the best world-class talent in the organisation. And that's one of the reasons that I'm here today, is because I'm looking for really, fantastic, talented people who might want to get engaged in this cause.
It's absolutely fantastic so far. I'm really, really pleased. We've got loads of people. Some are coming a bit late, but the room's pretty full. All the exhibitionists are here and it looks fab.
The conference is fantastic. It's really motivating and a lot of information and some fabulous speakers, really helping everybody to work out which way they ought to go.
This is the panel for the senses. For this panel we have speakers whose work involves the senses. From a wine taster to a food scientist, our panel gives a fascinating insight into careers involving touch, taste, smell and sound.
Things that you really need to know about the food industry are, first of all, that it's the largest manufacturing sector in the UK. It directly employs 440,000 people and 1.2 million in the ancillary services.
The Food and Drink Federation is something I never thought about before. You don't really associate it with business as such, but it's got a lot to do with sort of the environmental side, which I would really be interested in.
I'm here to encourage women into business and encourage you girls into the IT industry. It is not, and you do not have to be a geek, you do not have to be a techie. And, for my 20 years in IBM, I've only been technical for 2 of those, and that was through my choice. If you're not quite sure about what you want to do, where you want to be, etc., but you actually think you'd quite like to, work in an exciting industry, then, it's a good industry, and IBM's quite a good company to work for, IBM runs the Debenhams website where you shop. It runs Topshop, Miss Selfridge, Burton's. What are the others? There's about 7 or 8 in the Arcadia group where we run their website. So when you go shopping online, you are shopping with IBM.
It's really good to get like a scale of jobs, like things you wouldn't think about. So it's really good for those, especially that are on the edge of what they want to do at university and stuff.
This panel session is all about the delicate art of sleuthing. My name's Philippa. I'm the Chief Executive of the Serious Fraud Office. As a fraud investigator, apart from being good at analysing information and data, being able to decode body language is just as useful as in helping you to investigate a particular fraud. It provides valuable clues about people's motivation. An investigator's greatest asset is their nose for a story. It's almost a sixth sense that there's more to something than actually meets the eye.
No day is the same for me. I go to work, I may not come home for 2 days. I can't say I go into the office, I may not go into the office for weeks at a time. I joined the MPS at 18.5 years old. Very naive and from a military background, my father being in the Air Force. I've not regretted a day of it, and I have to say that my parents, on the first day when I said I love this job, they gave me 2 months to last, not because I was incompetent, but because I was actually shy.
Jill, I was just wondering, you said you were obviously subjected to lots of sort of distressing situations and stuff. I was wondering how you would go about sort of dealing with them and not making yourself too emotionally attached so that it doesn't affect your job performance.
I'm quite lucky in the job I do at the moment because it's actually targeting people before they commit those offences. And it's just really, for me, when I'm not at work, is just sorting out my life in terms of training and doing things that I want to do. I actually perform better, believe it or not, under pressure It's just in my nature. So I tend, and I'm sure everyone will say, my job doesn't particularly affect me. Occasionally I do, you know, there'll be one particular crime that you just, it does and you can't help it. But generally I think I draw the line and I just keep myself occupied.
For any of you, doesn't matter what degree you do, if you want to really learn about a company and its customers, being in sales is the best place to be. It's one of the toughest jobs I've ever had. The mobile industry is one that moves so quickly and is so full of opportunity. I grabbed everyone that was presented to me. The joy about being a CEO, it's a bit like having a big toy shop. Because what you actually get is an opportunity to do a little bit of everything and not be an expert in anything, really, other than people and strategy.
If you want to start your own business, one, it's believing in yourself and believing you could do it. And let me tell you guys something, you will get knocked down. You get up and you keep going. You get up and you keep going. And that passion that you have for it, you've got to have a passion for whatever you do.
It's my great pleasure to open the final part of today's proceedings and to welcome you to the final of Money Sense Financial Mail on Sunday Apprentice Challenge 2010.